pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers as they play against the Detroit Pistons. Well, for Detroit, they haven't forgotten the fact that this team swept them last year in the regular season. This is a game they had circled going in. Well, we're just getting started with the Stan Van Gundy rebuild in Detroit. He's got full control and will start to build the roster to his liking. Shaq, you played for him for a while. How do you see him shaking things up in Detroit?
You know, he's a pretty good X&O man, very focused guy. So he's going to focus on players who can hit the three and spread the floor on offense. He'll also look to get players who are solid defensively. I just hope they can keep up with the, come on, get back on defense. What are you doing?
Oh, that's Van Gundy. I thought he was in the building, man. You're a great imitator of people, man. But, you know, he had a lot of success with one big man down in Orlando with that spread offense.
Don't you say it.
Okay, with Dwight Howard, not Superman, but the ingredients are there for Detroit. And they, you know, drafted the young kid, Stanley Johnson, so we'll see what happens.
That is all the time we have right now. But we will be back later, I promise.
Come on, Ernie.
On the floor for the visiting Detroit Pistons. At power forward, Ersan Ilyasova. At the other forward position, Marcus Morris. At shooting guard, Jody Meeks. At the other guard position, Reggie Jackson. At center, Andre Drummond. The head coach of the visiting team is Stan Van Gundy. And now, your Los Angeles Lakers starting lineup. That one forward, wearing number 067 from USC, Nick Young. At point guard, standing 6'5", number 1, D'Angelo Russell. At center, standing 7'2", number 17, Roy Hibbert. At power forward, standing 6'9", number 30, Julius Randle. At guard was number 24, 6'6" from Lower Merion High School, Kobe Bryant. Your home team head coach is Byron Scott. Ladies and gentlemen, your Los Angeles Lakers.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. Joined in the booth with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. The Detroit Pistons come into this one following a loss, guys, to the Clippers in Los Angeles.
And it wasn't just about the bad shooting. It was really more so about the bad offense. They just didn't sleep the defeat.
Well, you've laid out a couple of the details that lead to good offense or bad if you don't execute them. Shooting is just a byproduct of not screening well and not moving the ball or players well. They didn't execute anything on the offensive end.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. We've got Marcus Morris, Reggie Jackson out.
Last year, disaster strikes. I mean, he provided very little to the team outside of shooting the basketball. And even with that, he dropped to a career worst, 37.
And Drummond throws it down.
And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
And Gia, he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
Well, his effort has never been a question mark. He is an incredibly self-motivated player.
Meeks dishes to Jackson. Again, the Pistons score.
Wow, he was just...
And now, here comes Young leading the break. And Kobe gets it to go.
That is up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
And really, basketball is about rhythm, and that allows your offense to flow.
And he lays it straight in. Kobe's got his second bucket. It's Jackson with the drive. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Clark, a lot of give and take between these sides early.
Kevin,
here's Los Angeles. Young with the ball. And the basket good. Detroit's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Now let's send it down to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with Stan Van Gundy.
Obviously, he has a lot on his plate when it comes to defending against Kobe Bryant. I asked him what he might do, and he said not much. He's one of the league's all-time best scorers, and no matter what you seem to do, he finds ways to get on the scoreboard. Kobe might be seeing a lot of double teams here tonight, guys.
All right, Doris. Ahead. Meeks, good.
Moving it around, 8 of their last.
They need a good offensive possession.
yeah, they've had a number of empty ones a long time.
Jackson kicks to Drummond. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Here's Hibbert, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there.
And if you go back, remember Jackson struggled with the Pistons last year as well. So the team went on a losing streak as soon as he got there.
The first one falls.
And Jackson will look for a fresh start this season. I mean, hard to play with all the drama and questions going in your head about pending free agency.
And both free throws good for Roy Hibbert.
I mean, a true game changer inside when he's motivated and on his game. Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
Well, talking about Roy Hibbert, he doesn't just have size. He has a strong lower body, too. Very hard. And you know this, Spark. You worked for the organization. You saw it firsthand. Very hard to back that guy down in the post.
Yeah, and for years he's worked on ways to complement that size with improved training and footwork, even indulging in MMA one offseason. Tell you what, he'd be one scary super heavyweight if he went the full distance in MMA.
Agreed. Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Bass comes in for Julius Randle, and it's Williams, 6 to shoot. Jackson kicks to Morris, and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for LA's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Young, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
All indications, Greg, are that this game is going down to the wire. I mean, I'd be surprised, actually shocked, if it ended any other way.
Here's Jennings. After the basket by the Lakers. Pass to Ilyasova. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Brandon Bass.
And guys, how about Ilyasova last season shooting the basketball? Always a decent threat to score. His improvements in efficiency were amazing. He increased his field goal accuracy from 41 to 47% in only 1 year.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw missing. And we were talking about Ilyasova. There's a reason his field goal percentage went up last season. It wasn't necessarily better shooting. It was probably better shot selection.
And I think the scheme played to his strengths. Lots of ball movement, penetration, kicking out to open spot-up shooters. Ersan showed us that's his kind of game.
And he sinks the second.
Much in results, but just in how they played on the floor. They actually fared better without Kobe than most thought they would. And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets to see how they build the offense this year.
And so it's the Lakers with it. They trail by one. It has been nip after Meta World Peace's bucket. They get it back. Goes up again. And it's good on the way in.
On the boards, you look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
And, you know, time's certainly a point of emphasis.
The shot's good. Jennings making the play. And the Pistons lead by one. Now, here's Clarkson. 11 points for him in that last game against...
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skill as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity.
Couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
From deep, Williams. Good. And the Lakers lead by 2.
Really good job of creating.
He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. That is good. 59 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Clarkson. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Here's Clarkson. No good on the buzzer beater. And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Lakers lead by 2. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
A game for them, a one-game road trip. Here are the 5 Detroit has to start the second quarter. Marcus Morris is out there with Contavious.
Can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
And Bryant slams it in.
I tell you what, he can...
Williams kicks to Russell, and he gets it to go. And now it's an 8-point Laker lead. Drilled from 11 feet out. Drummond's got 8 points. And so it's the Lakers with it. Only giving up 2 points this quarter.
And Marcus Morris is nicknamed Mook. He has a twin brother, older by 7 minutes, named Markeith. Both brothers played at Kansas, drafted 13th and 14th.
Moving it up. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket. And
he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there. And a look here at how the Lakers ranked in the NBA last season. 5th in fewest turnovers per game. 5th in second chance points. They were in the top half of the league in team rebounding as well. I think that speaks to the fact that this team aggressively goes after the basketball at every position.
Yeah, and the stat I look to, though, is the low turnovers. They did such a great job of limiting their mistakes, really maximizing their opportunities offensively.
Young's checked in for the Lakers. Good on the second free throw. Well,
stretch here of late, but you get the feeling that the building blocks are in place for another push.
The Lakers trail. Down low to stop.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger. And then Young with the dunk.
Great hustle to turn the block shot into a fast break hoop.
To Jackson. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Jackson's got 6.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game.
And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Randall's running, cut the bucket.
That's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming. It's one of the things he brings to the table.
And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play. So we'll see D'Angelo Russell go to the line here. That's on Reggie Jackson. Ryan Kelly, he's checked in for Kobe. And a switcher also for Detroit. Steve Blake's checked in for Jody Meeks. The Lakers have looked good.
They can definitely improve upon.
Yeah, in general, they've been very solid. I mean, free throw shooting isn't...
To the paint, looking to get back on track here. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the foul against the Lakers. And guys, Andre Drummond has made quite an impression in the early stages of his career. Clark, you were just talking about that. Greg, I don't think anyone felt he would have such an impact this fast.
Yeah, I mean, he's already a mountain of a man among boys. I mean, it's hard to believe when you look at this guy out there. He's
going back to Andre Drummond, some say there aren't any true centers entering the NBA these days. But I look at Andre, I look at DeMarcus Cousins, Joel Embiid, Karl Anthony.
Here's Baines, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And talking about Andre Drummond, I remember when he fell to number 9 on draft day. All sorts of experts were making excuses as to why. But even then, there was this eerie feeling that some teams had made a huge mistake in passing on him. And that feeling turned out to be correct.
Brandon Bass is checked in for Los Angeles. Nance comes in for Russell, and then for Detroit. Johnson comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Jennings in for Reggie Jackson. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. 2 straight seasons of no playoff. To the middle. Here's Drummond. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings.
And it's doubtful that the Lakers will win multiple titles in the coming years unless something drastic.
Here's Clarkson. That's good. Clarkson's got 14. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That's a shot he doesn't shoot very often.
They're having much more success here in the second.
To the inside. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here.
And, you know, for Brandon Bass, such a big asset to Boston last year, and they're pushed to make the playoffs, especially after the Celtics had traded away several key veterans.
The outcomes of many games last year were swayed by how well he performed.
Count it, and the Laker lead has been cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Jennings. The Lakers shooting 59% up to this point. They're working for great shots, and they're hitting them. Clarkson, that's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8. A floater. It's deflected. Out in his own on the break. Rips down the breakaway slam.
It doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, I tell you what, the way he's been going this quarter, guys, they're going to need somebody else to pick up the slack.
Williams gets the bucket.
And doing a great job here just stringing together.
Good with their execution of the game plan and don't waste any possession. I think it's going to be tough for them to trim this deficit if he keeps missing those kinds of shots, Kevin. I mean, they need his points.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And guys, he's not the tallest or most imposing wing player, but Stanley Johnson has incredible strength and really unmatched confidence. One reason why so many were high on him in the draft.
2 shots.
And for Johnson out of Arizona, Greg, his strength, as you were talking about, is his biggest asset. Helps that he has this incredible arm span. And Clark, you know what? He told me he likes to play the 2K game.
Yeah, he does enjoy that. He likes to play the real game, too,
yeah,
because he's hyper-competitive.
Pistons trail by 10. Stolen by Clarkson. And here again, Los Angeles in transition. Up the court they go. And now in transition, here's Williams. Here we go. And World Peace with the basket on the assist by Williams. Williams has got his 3rd assist on this. Here's Blake. And that one's good. His 2nd basket of 4, shooting 50%.
Wow, got that one.
And so that's the end of the first half. Los Angeles on top, up by 12. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Kevin, thank you. Roy, I know you have just a couple seconds, but in a nutshell, what's going to be your approach going into the second half?
Well, we're just going to make sure we keep them off the board and keep them out of transition.
Thank you, Roy. Kevin, over to you.
Thank you, Doris, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for the third quarter of basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And hello again. We have amped up home crowd joining us for our halftime report. Ernie Johnson with the illustrious Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. The biggest lead of the quarter was only 3 points as they traded baskets back and forth. Things really started to heat up in that second quarter as they put together some nice runs and were able to pull out to a 12-point lead. And taking a look at the Lakers, Shaq, what'd you think?
Well, the shots were dropping for them. I mean, they was just dropping out of everywhere, dropping out the ceiling, dropping out the popcorn guy's man's hand, whatever. It didn't matter what the defense was. They found a way to get a good look almost every time. They just got to be patient, take as long as they need to keep finding those high percentage shots.
Kenny, what'd you think about Detroit?
Their three-point shooters struggle to get into a rhythm. It's a mental thing. You start clanking them, and your teammates start. It's contagious. Now, percentage-wise, shooting in the low 30s, it's not horrific, but it's not great. And they have to improve their accuracy from deep in the second half, or they're going to have a hard time coming back.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is just about to get started. Now back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We will see you later.
We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. You gotta like what Jordan Clarkson has done in this game.
I tell you what, he put together an entire highlight reel in that first half alone. Just a collection of spectacular dunks.
An explosive display it was, fellas. They might have to get the backup rim ready if he keeps attacking the hoop like he did before the break.
Oh, and here comes Kobe all alone.
Oh, my goodness. He's just getting nasty on him now. Wow.
Yeah, now that they shooting has been just outrageous, 64% from the field to this point.
And that's 10 straight points.
Russell kicks to Young, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
And guys got careless with the ball there and the turnover.
Now here's Bryant. Look at that jam. I mean, just beautiful. Here he comes, and
the team had in the half court.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
You know, for the Lakers, they were okay in the assist department, guys, but they were dead last in the league in secondary assists. That, to me, is indicative of an inefficient offense and also a new stat category.
And for the Lakers and that secondary assist stat, that just means they aren't making the extra pass, or it means they are holding on to the ball too long. Either way, it hurts the offense.
And he's good on the second.
Drummond having a terrific game. 11.
And Russell gets it to go on the assist from Kobe. Kobe's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Jackson, and it's good from the elbow. Jackson's got 8. Lakers have gone even 5 of 10 on shot. Dishes to Jackson. And Hibbert with the block. And they'll keep possession. And that one's good. Drummond. In the third now in the game. Looking to get it going.
That's how he makes his presence felt.
And we see him do it time and again. He is after the basket by the Lakers. That's good. Ilyasova's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Well,
nice ball movement here by the Lakers. And then Hibbert with the dunk.
He always...
And they're on the break. Here's Russell. Finished off the break. Russell's got 20 for Los Angeles.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode.
Here's Young. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
We count on from Roy Hibbert. Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam. It's not possible what we just... Clark, is that possible?
That's one of the few guys in the entire league who can pull off something like that.
Russell. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. Well, there may be some questions for a while about D'Angelo Russell. People will guess which position he's best at in the NBA. You and I saw him firsthand playing for the Bucks. I mean, he is a terrific talent.
Yeah, he really is. I think he's an old-school guard, Kevin. He can play with the ball and be effective, or he can play off the ball. He's got a really bright future. Loved watching him play and grow as a one-year college guy at Ohio State.
Here's what the Lakers are going with. Here's Russell. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that.
Contact, great vision, and he can also shoot the basketball. And they've looked terrific in transition today.
Taking advantage. We've seen it time and time again here.
Shots good by Baines.
After it on the glass. Go get those boys.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt.
After D'Angelo Russell's bucket, looking to end his cold spell, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And for Reggie Jackson, the league is going the right way in terms of his skill set. Everyone loves the guard who can shoot well enough to bust the zone as well as make plays.
And unnecessary. That's over the top. That's doing too much, Greg. He wasn't in good position there, and he was never going to absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
Their 3-point
Pope. Johnson the screen. From beyond the arc. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. He feeds it to Drummond. Puts up the baby hook, and he gets it to go. Drummond's got 5 points. Here's Nance, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
It's deflected. Baines, and he banks in the layup. Baines and Steve Blake is subbed in for Johnson. Here's Caldwell Pope. Another 3 for Detroit.
How about the pass?
Shot, high post. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing it up, and even before we look at the replay, I'm pretty sure he got that off in time.
Yeah, that's how it looked to me, and that's the call we should see here, but no harm in going back to the footage and making absolutely certain.
The basket counts.
Basket's good.
And they've overturned the call. The replay was conclusive, and that one's going to count.
And Kevin, an example of why it's good to have replay. I don't know what kind of impact it'll have on the final result, but you always want them to get every call right.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Lakers lead by 13. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Hibbert's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. And Kobe throws it down hard.
How about that breaking?
For the game, does he focus closer in? Let's see. No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Throw good, Roy Hibbert. Clark, another milestone for Kobe Bryant last season. He reached 30,000 points.
Kobe Bean Bryant, the only 30,000-point scorer to go along with 6,000.
Ilyasova passes to Baines. Jackson with it. Out defended by Randall. Ilyasova hits the bucket.
And for Kobe, people have always joked that he's a ball. Can't seem to get anything to go his way.
Jackson has the open look. Gets an open look and hits. Jackson's got 9 points here in the second half. Los Angeles leading by feeds to Jackson. And the lead is down inside single digits. All right, well, look at how to end the drought. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Big part of the problem for the Lakers last year was consistency. Clark, with all their injuries, they had to shuffle the lineup, it seemed, every game.
Well, you know what happened with all that shuffling was they got to see a lot of different players and evaluate them for the future.
Here, Russell's checked in, and the Pistons making a change here as well. Drummond's checked in for Aaron Baines.
And it would have been Katie bar the door.
But, Greg, they can't relax yet. I mean, they've still got plenty of work to do here. You know what? That's what you like to see, a perfect pass leading him right into the...
Again, I believe in free agency.
Shots good from Young.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
Jackson kicks to Ilyasova. To the paint, here's Morris. And Hibbert with the block. And they get it back.
Nick Young, that's his first personal foul. Shooting for Los Angeles.
The first one falls.
And, you know, when it comes to the Lakers, they're always going to be players in free agency if they have money. It's still a marquee franchise in the NBA, one of the top 2 or 3, no doubt. When you have high draft picks and money to spend, people want to play for you, and not to mention, California is an attractive destination. Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk.
He's got his 4th rebound in this one. And Bryant the bucket on the assist from Randall. 14 points for Kobe Bryant.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better.
Oh, I tell you.
Now Detroit moving it up. Here's Morris. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face.
What a nice play.
It's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor. And really keeping the ball hopping around here off.
Russell against Jackson. Shot off the screen, and the jumper is on the mark. Jackson's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
All sorts of time, and he gets it to go.
Great quarter.
Got to regroup and get himself together here. I mean, something's gone wrong with him this quarter. He's really falling off.
Fantastic.
Call time here. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Yes, during that break, Coach Byron Scott had some words for his team. He told the players, let's put our foot on them and keep them down. We've got them exactly where we want them. I want to see you guys slow the pace, use the clock, and stay away from any silly fouls.
Jackson kicks to Meeks. The 15-footer. Here's Drummond, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And that's a huge...
And here's Jackson. That is good. Jackson's got 24.
Winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it.
There's 42 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Young bounces high off the rim and drops.
The fans are just loving what's going on.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
Well, you know, it makes a big difference. I mean, you never felt like they had any doubt that they'd come out on top.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Kevin, thank you. Kobe, obviously a great win. You guys played formidable team defense out there.
We did a good job controlling the pace. You know, they made some tough shots from the three-point line. But all in all, we can live with that. We can live with contested shots from the perimeter.
Thank you so much. Back to you guys at the table.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. And we send you now over to Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
And hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Let us take a moment now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game. He had an outstanding third quarter. Whatever they needed in terms of energy and offense, he was the firepower that propelled them during the second half.
They kept feeding him the basketball, and he did not disappoint. For the guys guarding him, it was a long, long night. As he pushed his point totals in the 30s, he got more and more determined. Great effort.
Well, his shooting percentage up there in the high 50s speaks to how smart his shot selection was. It was really an intelligent game he played, plain and simple. It's all about protecting each possession, and he set the example for them with his excellent decision-making.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.